Hi, this is Ofori, the digital reader. As regulars on this channel know, I've been doing a series of battery life challenges on different e-readers I own. One of the devices I picked up in the last couple months was a Nook Simple Touch. I bought it because I wanted to show how well an older, well-used e-reader could still perform and show that it could be a solid budget buy with decent battery life. But I'll be honest, looking back, I probably shouldn't have chosen the Nook. I've never been a big fan of Barnes & Nobles or how they handle their e-readers and ebooks. Check out the video linked in the top right for more on that. The only reason I grabbed this one was because it was cheap, about $24, and I figured I could just sideload books and experiment that way. Here's where the problem started. I found out Barnes & Noble stopped supporting the Nook Simple Touch last year, which means you can't connect to their website for anything. At first I thought that just meant you couldn't buy books, but it turns out you can't even connect to their servers to set up the device. To make matters worse, the one I bought came with someone else's login information, and since I couldn't connect to Barnes & Noble's servers, I couldn't deregister it. So I tried deleting all the old books and data, hoping that would fix it. No luck. After some research, I learned there's a way to do a hard reset on the Nook Simple Touch without needing a Barnes & Noble connection. I followed the steps exactly, but I think I ended up erasing something critical that the Nook needs to properly display its library and store interface. After the reset, the device started constantly trying to connect to the Barnes & Noble store nonstop. It didn't matter whether my Wi-Fi was on or off, it just kept trying. When I started reading on it, I noticed a major battery drain. In about 2 hours of reading, the battery dropped nearly 30%, which is wild and makes no sense for an e-ink e-reader. That constant connection attempt was clearly the cause, and it made any kind of battery test meaningless, so I had to scrap the whole battery challenge. If you're thinking about picking up a Nook Simple Touch, don't. You're much better off getting an old Kindle that you can sideload books onto, especially as Send to Kindle still works even for older devices. If you do already have a Nook Simple Touch, my advice is don't delete any files before doing a hard reset, and do the hard reset first before messing with anything that's stored in the Nook. I've linked the video I used to do the hard reset in the description. Hopefully that'll keep things running smoothly, but honestly I can't recommend Barnes & Noble's devices at all. They've made them too dependent on their own ecosystem, and once support ends, the device becomes a pain to use. This is Ofori, the digital reader, and keep reading.